guys, Night Cruiser MA. I think you know who I am. Hey guys, Night Cruiser MA. Getting my little Dunkin' Donuts fix on. Yeah, I know you're turning, but the guy behind you is not, so I'm gonna just... Oh, well, okay. Well, I will say thank you. Now I gotta go around this little... This is like... Why do they do this? Potholes and sand and all sorts of stuff. It's just like crazy. Let's avoid that one. Okay, there we go. Oh, let me get rid of the crackling that might be in your ear. My little Cena thingy. So, today is a nice day. It is a nice temperature out here. My temperature gauge says 95 degrees. I don't think it is. It might have been 95 degrees in my shed before I took the bike out, but... And by now I would have thought that it would have actually kind of come down a little bit. Because I've been riding for maybe 5 or 8 minutes or something. I would have thought enough air would have come through the temperature gauge that it would have showed differently, but it didn't. It's not. So maybe it is 95. I have no idea. I think it's supposed to be like 87 today, which isn't exactly 95, but all I care about is that it is warm and sunny, and I am loving it. Absolutely loving it. So I've got, this is kind of a busy couple of days for me to cram because on Monday, I am going to track day. I am super excited about that, and more exciting to me about that is the fact that I have convinced, well, I'm not really sure I convinced, I have I have signed Sally up for track day. So it didn't really take convincing. It was just like, hi, I did this, thanks, bye. And that's a really big step because Sally started off with a little bit of fear of motorcycling. If you look at my really early videos where she's learning to ride, you'll see that she's tentative, you know, when it comes to the Hi-Yo song, and then she got pretty comfortable with that, and then she had her Honda, and then even riding my Suzuki Boulevard, at first it was a little bit tough for her to do. And then once she got like her Chieftain, she just really came into her own. And her first Chieftain, her 2015 Chieftain, she absolutely loved that bike and just felt that it was easier for her to ride than the Hi-Yo song. And that might sound strange to you, but I guarantee you that is the case. There's just a certain level of confidence and competence and predictability that goes with a bike like this that just makes it easier to ride. That temperature gauge is still at 95, so I'm going to guess it's 95 out. That's really cool. Well, it's warm, but it's cool. So what I found out for me is that I learned the most about motorcycling from track days. There's a track day thing called Tony's Track Days, and it is, there are 2 locations I believe that they do these at. One is at Thompson Motor Speedway, and the other is up at Palmer Raceway, or whatever they call it, up in Palmer, Mass. And I'm going to hopefully do that one in July. And but Thompson I've done twice already on on my 2014 Chieftain and on my 2015 Roadmaster. I've done them both, and an absolute blast. But it's not only just fun, it's also, again, it goes back to the learning. And I told Sally both times. I mean, Sally went both times. She drove up, drove over, actually, as it is, and watched on, and just kind of watched all the bikes go by, and she was like, wow. And I'm saying, you should do that sometime. Oh, no, I couldn't do that. No. But you know what? She can do that. And she has a long history, as far as I'm concerned, of saying she can't do things that she can do, darn it. And so to me, I'm thinking, like, yeah, this is the year. I think it's time to do it. Let's just do it. I've seen her ride. I think what convinced me was watching her ride for the first time this year. I was behind her. I think we were bringing her bike home after its 500-mile service or something, bringing her bike to her house, and I was behind her because I brought her to pick it up. And what I didn't realize, because I didn't ride very much last year, compared to at least what I wanted to, I didn't realize just how good and how confident she had become. And I was I had. Oh, let me go back to one thing I was going to say. So this kind of caution that she felt, and this kind of this feeling of not being confident on bikes, it began to go away, and she got a 2012 Honda Shadow back around 2013, I think it was, and or maybe it was in 2012. I have no idea. I think it might have been. Yeah, it was in 2012. So there's a fellow Indian rider. So and she low-sided on that. We were on a group ride. The group leader, nice guy, but was going a little quick for her. And in her complete defense, number one, I should never have put her in a situation where she was doing a group ride. I think this was like early 2013 that we were doing this, and there was some sand on the road on a very sharp 90-degree corner, and we hit that corner at probably 35 miles an hour or something like that, and she fixated on the sand and could not turn her bars and ended up low-siding. Fortunately, literally went between a rock and a hard place. I mean, she slid right between a big boulder and a telephone pole and just ended up getting the left side of the bike dirty with like, I don't know if it was dirt or mulch, or I can't remember what it was, but I think it was in that range. But she wasn't injured except for the fact that a shoulder that she had previously hurt, she kind of strained it just a little bit more. So she had surgery on the shoulder, and I keep thinking of her as being this tentative person, and I keep thinking of her worrying, because for a good year and a half after that, she was very nervous around motorcycles, and I would be too. I've not had that situation, so I can't talk about it. I don't know what it feels like to have that happen and what that must do to your confidence. So, but when I saw her earlier, maybe a couple of weeks ago, I was behind her and I'm watching her, and she is on her beautiful white Chieftain, and she's just flying. I mean, not just keeping up a good speed, but also going around the corners with throttle, enjoying it. You can see her leaning into the corners, not even a single thought in her mind about, oh my gosh, what if I don't make this? Oh my gosh, what if I'm going to fixate on that telephone pole? I'm going to worry about that car. She was, I'm not saying she wasn't alert and aware of everything that was going. She was cautious in all the right places, but I could tell that her love for motorcycling was back, and I could tell that she had skills. And I said, you know what, this is the best time. I think this is really the best time. So I signed her up. Now, of course, she could have said no. I'm not saying that, it's not like, hey, you have to go. But it was like, hey, guess what I did? I signed us up. And she's like, Evan! But I think it's going to be great. I think she's going to absolutely love it. These are not races. They are go at your own pace kind of things, and learn on the track. Learn what your bike is capable of. Learn what you are capable of. It's a fantastic day of teaching and learning, and you're followed by instructors, and then they pull you aside after and say, hey, on turn 6 maybe try this, or lean a little bit more this way, or take that line better, hit the apex closer, or this is a double apex, so go out here and come back. And there's a lot of stuff that you'll learn, and I'm just so excited to be going. And so that's going to be on Monday. So I'm getting a lot of stuff ready. I've got to get, I've got kind of a secret project going on that I can't tell you guys about yet. I'm not saying it's super exciting for you guys, but it's kind of exciting for me. And so I can't really tell you guys about it yet, but I'm trying to get that all done in the next couple of days. I have no idea if I will or not. And if I don't, it's not the end of the world. It'll be fine. It is 95 degrees out. It still says 95. That's really cool. I am just fixated now on temperature. I'm sorry I hit the tree. I was fixated on the temperature. Oh man, it feels awesome out here. All right, you're turning. I trust you. Don't know you from a hole in the wall, but I trust that you're turning. Well, the trees are losing their springy look, and they are getting their green look on, and that is awesome. I mean, you can just see a lot of these trees have lost their, there are still some around. There's some beautiful white trees here. Oh, I don't know what these things are, but the white ones and the pink ones, they're just gorgeous. The big yellow bushes, what does Joe call them? She calls them forsythias? I don't know. I couldn't spell that if you paid me $1 million. Well, I could, but I spelled it incorrectly. But anyway, that's my whole long song and dance about track day. It is coming up in 4 days. I am incredibly, incredibly excited about it. I can't wait. I don't like getting up at 6 in the morning, which is what I'm going to have to do, but it's worth it. For track day, it is so worth it. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go to work. I hope you guys take care. Have a great day. I will talk to you later.